let's go. I'm so nervous, I feel like I'm going to die. Never should have accepted this case. Good morning. Please don't jumping me up. I didn't do nothing, I swear I didn't kill nobody. They're false. My first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago and now the prison escapee. Just relax me up. Make small talk and try to relax him. Why do you escape anyway? God. I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry. I told a little lie. Boy. Anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. So if I ask him, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry. I intended me to die 5 years ago, but I was triggered, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Ah. And about 8 hours later, the policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. Police believe that Terry Falls did it. And after he escaped, did you meet the policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Oh. I there got it. At least looks like got it. Does it make sense? Maybe. I'm not gonna figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. That actually, like, hold on, what the fuck? Because, like, Godot said that he's never been on a case before, so it doesn't make sense, I suppose, but I don't know. Oh well. Why are you here? Came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone. The big scary lion said that maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where is Mr. Crossberg? That old man's probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bowl and mumbling in his... Oh wait, hold on. So has he like switched or something? I'm confused. I guess I'll see. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me. Oh, this is Dick Armando. Okay. So, okay, I see. I mean, maybe it's just that it's been a week, so I don't remember everyone's how they look, but I don't know. Oh well. I didn't say. So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Crossback Law Offices, is here for me. No. You got it all wrong. Today, you are the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine. An escaped death row convict for first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it though. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned a reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? It's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours, it's go time. Who's against us? Solitary confinement cell for the condemned. Condemned must be the world's loneliest place. That's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him. Fuck, I missed some dialogue I guess, but oh well. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Oh, Edsworth, I see. Kinda called it, but in my mind, but oh well. Personal decision for the trial of Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor, I'm FA. Was it, yeah. Sir, the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? You see, you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. In 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of her reputation yet, huh? Come on, man, you can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Young people are running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from police women. Is it correct? Precisely. The defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. The day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. You got it, kitten. Yawning is annoying. God damn it. Well then, Mr. Edsworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor, it was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The athlete threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. It was a horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. Witness's testimony. Oh, testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. The policewoman you just mentioned wouldn't be exactly the victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Huh, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. God damn it. Sorry. The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. What the fuck? This guy's even worse than the other Dutch kick. Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. Not sure I care for your words or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. You're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edsworth, please call your first witness. Call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Witness, state your name and occupation. Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey ma'am, have you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously. My heart, It's an aching point. Goddamn Gumshoe, what the hell? Did you pull yourself together and try to be professional? Otherwise, I'll write you up on content so quick that someone other than your heart will ache. Something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She stepped in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir. I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this map of the area here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. The river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. Goddamn. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. I see. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. Two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoe, sir. Can't you proceed with your testimony? Yes, sir. Here we go, yeah. Hang on. Okay now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. The day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. That's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at the police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not rambling. It's just cold in here. Courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright. Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant, the witness, everyone is a beginner in here. Ah, you got me there. So maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you got, kitten. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. God. Okay. Oops. Right. It's an unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right? That's right, but I'm afraid I do. What? One who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. Note? Yeah, a top secret memo that she left in her desk. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose prime idea was to keep the note from me. Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. It's enough. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's the detective's fault. He's the one who said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was it a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. A bridge up in the mountains, but why meet there? Because it is a very important place to defend it, that's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Shots and Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Returning to the scene of the crime, I'm nostalgic. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It's great, we even got to say don't move. Just around. Wait a second. There's something weird about that. Location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. How did they find out about the crime so quickly? Susan Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? That's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I had noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive. But why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone? Small to the car then. Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What, you mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. Stolen from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? There's a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Actually, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Oh, that doesn't look too comfortable. Wow. You stepped in the back, right? Yeah. Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stepped in the back. You're talking about a woman here. You can tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back, nice and firm. Condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? What did the defendant have to say about this photo? Tell us, says ma'am. I didn't do it, I didn't know nothing. That's all he says. Then, I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car. What he always says, and then he always says, sorry, I told a lie. Something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. must be something there, maybe. I just don't know exactly what. Okay, never mind. Suddenly some impressive police work. Well, no, actually it was way too close for comfort. We stopped at checkpoint just after 5 PM. Figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? 2 of them are arranged to meet at 4:30 PM. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kinda close. Any later on Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. It's not kidding. There's a big trap waiting for you in the testimony. That trap? Walking it carelessly and it'll leave more than just a flashwound. Fun, huh? No, it's not. But if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get some more information. And if you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. Ever famous contradictions, I sure hope I can find some of those. What the fuck? No. Never mind. What the hell, dude? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I went to check the guide again for it. Witness. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Come on, Mia. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Hey, detective. Yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is it correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at that. Oh my god, I'm done. Of course. The scarf thing. Fuck. I said you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note. First, okay, says, wear a white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, this special request. I have one very simple question for you today. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there. You should have looked for it. Ah. The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Witness, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you're searching for, sorry, 24. Is it this one, perchance? Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. I thought so sure has a flair for the dramatic. Not exactly white as the caller requested. As you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Surprising, it was drizzling on the mud on that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. But will accept the scarf into evidence. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? I would like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good. Now if we are done with this mud-covered scarf business, prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. Sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Gosh, everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget Kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. Genius, huh? Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the victim wearing just scarves. Reason that day, unfortunately, it is a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Look at this photo. You really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It's about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. That's what. Who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. A potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely don't want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, you know. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about it. So as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. The truth is becoming clear to me now. Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again, that's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. Do you mean, Oh, okay. God. Hold on. Let's see if I'm correct about this. That wasn't my first intention though, but hold on. Never mind then. Fine. Who is eyewitness? College student. Female college student. That's right, meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness statements, that is all. What is it supposed to mean? Prosecution has other more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. Female college student, eh? And she's female and a college student, sir. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, alright? So what the witness who took the photo? What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? He was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Not to mention this photo. Cloudy fog-like thing. Is the ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor, no. I don't think it's a ghost. Freezing, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. Is it part of the witness testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right onto her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. It was really brutal. Talking about seeing someone get pushed, or where is that someone getting pushed? Or does that mean that you push someone down like that once? It is mind-boggling tales, and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's a Canadian. Ah, save your nest look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, what's where you spill your coffee? Court record, huh? I'm so confused. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? So the witness said, well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. From what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am. There's wet from rain, the bridge was probably wet too. You could explain why the scarf was all covered in mud and blood. There's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Talk about surprise, I had no idea there was a photo. What do I do? Do you still believe? It's the crybaby, I mean? Of course I do. The little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, that means that somewhere hidden in the testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered, that's your chance. Did I already try to use this here? Yeah, I did. God fucking damn it. Like, the reason I was putting the, or trying to check with the photo here was because they are toward each other, so the pushing at the back doesn't really make that much sense. But I guess I'm just overthinking that part, I don't know. And then also like the fact that his photo shows that the bridge is broken here. Like if he pushed her, wouldn't she have probably fallen? I don't know. Bruh. Maybe I just like fucking goddamn it, I don't know. Why is my brain so slow right now? It's probably super fucking obvious and I just What the fuck, dude? But I thought we already established some things here, so I... Oh wait, okay. Never fucking mind, I'm done. And like, I was thinking from like the earlier statement when they said that there was no blood on the bridge, that it was because of the cold. So somehow I connected that the code didn't have blood on this side or something, I don't know. Okay. So at the time of the crime there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fuck dude, it's generally so good atmosphere. But maybe... Oh yeah, so never mind, that's not even... Yeah. My brain is like so slow right now. I have evidence that doesn't go with the Soki atmosphere. This is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. So by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. Is it about this photo that doesn't fit? I think. Let me say that. Seems to me that Miss Faye could use it from herself. What? Let's see. From this trial to this. Oh ho ho ho. Trial genius. Genius of circumstance and wordplay. Really. I put in my mouth the time. What the hell? Never mind. Can't be that the. Oh wait. Of course. That's what, okay. That's my first thought. And I just didn't connect it that time. I don't know. No matter how bitter the memory, it can never be as bitter as dark black coffee. Pardon me, I can't think hard at this time. Yeah. The code I already know. That's what the answer is right here. Seems code. As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. Exactly what's strange. Tell the testimony, but were the conditions on the bridge today? It's drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. The victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge. And the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day I fell on the street and my gorgeous playoff bear was befouled. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of a muddy street, glorious hockey bird, pride of the legal league, would be wet but not muddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge. Ah. A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. So would a real woman. Of course I can. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. Evidence is the scarf. Ah, it should be obvious. The scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy. Means the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Wow, it's same to you, buddy. Space assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? For every contradiction there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright, it's not like it's really giving me a choice here. Huh. You're doing pretty well, poor little kitten. The Armando, no matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. So relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Fake false evidence, it's one of those three. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee patient over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence in the court. But we won't let him. We expose this evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes. False evidence in this case is the... But the photo that the prisoner claims was taken by a witness. It only seems to show a man in prison uniform and a woman in a coat. However, we can't tell any more than that from the photo. Are you saying the people in the photo may not be the victim and the defendant? Well, that's certainly a possibility. So perhaps it was another prisoner and a policewoman. Admit, people have their queries. Perhaps they were part of a role-playing group. Well, I suppose that's also possible. I guess. You mess up again, kitten. It's a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. From his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is the testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. The testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Bjorn, this event requires the cross-section with the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edsford, here's that we'll need to hear from your Mr. Witness after all. You should brace yourself. The brutal truth. Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We're prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. Mr. Edsford said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Now let's proceed with the testimony. Edsford, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. Prosecution summons a woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. Is it Mia? The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? You! Okay, didn't exactly expect that to happen, but okay. Everyone is so sad that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Like I thought it would be a lot of heart, not gonna lie. But okay. When I look at you, how can I put it? Look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down the verdict just to have a bite. The fuck? Hey, not so fast. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Fuck that. She is just no. Yes indeed, thank you, Miss Ellsworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you can learn a lot from this man. He's such a gentleman and he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Yes, my dear. My first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's not trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name's, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student. A freshman in the literature department. When the scene went up, or the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo, is that accurate? How can you be so mean? What the? Now see here, what are you doing showing that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. What the fuck? Oh, I don't like to turn this mistaken. Is she staring at me? And he would be... I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Faye. I see. So you're... Nothing, young lady. Could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers, and I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I got the police. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I'm standing right over here. Standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. So I took the photo from the location, eh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Miss Ellsworth asked me to. Oh, but a cute camera, just like its owner. Alright, Miss Faye, time for a cross-examination. I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the breath of my gavel. Oh god. Witness, when you said you took a photo of a crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. Testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see, the photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Oof. My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. You can certainly downplay a situation, can't you? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. You are. I used it all up. The film, I mean. Ran out of film? And this photo was the last one. What? Convenient. Fortunately, that is the truth. Person examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers. Witness herself, and who took the photos? Well, you see. My camera has a timer feature built into it. I took photos of yourself. I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. Seems Miss Face's social was not so decisive after all. Wait, just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about the different shot of photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. That's quite the poet. Very well, let's get back to cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. The victim, why do you think she tried to run away? In the police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal. This was a large, powerful man with a knife. If it had been a quacky woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Quacky? Why you... If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river. There's still something wrong with this testimony. So you're saying Sutton Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it's a narrow bridge and it was swaying back and forth. At least me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I wish I could have done something to help her. That seems to make sense. I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off. Does it now? A good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why. If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Careful, kitten. The girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. We're gonna have a tough time poking holes in the testimony of hers. And haven't had come up with something really good, yeah? Witness, your testimony is a joke. What? But I just... Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. Say there were two contradictions? Simple. Let's take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit the dead end. She said 10 yards, but she couldn't have run even 5. The dusky bridge is collapsed on that side. What does all this mean? It's very simple, you know. It's a charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court. Just a moment, Your Honor. That's worth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? So because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. The very old bridge, we cannot find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying, I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous. We can actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. Apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Ah, that guy is good. What do you mean? Planned from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. The diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward. Well, Miss Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No. It wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all why it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. Alright, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. We're on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Terry stepped her in the back. He quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on the top of the bridge. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to talk about what I saw. Guessing such files must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. He accepts this testimony as it is. We're finished. Don't say that. Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off with my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. The trial isn't over yet. Ah, that's what I like to hear. Promise me, your cross-examination, if you please. Contradiction is staring at and you're right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. I probably missed it, but I need to figure it out. They're saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge. Actually, maybe she did fall. Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her call would... Never mind, I was asking the witness. You don't need to be so rude. Well, young lady. Oh, she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. Ah, we are one step too slow. And then what did the defender do after that? personally witnessed that. Yes. Did anything strange happen when he did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not. That's when the victim's scarf fell off. Give me this scarf. Your words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. It's impossible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that. Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. What kind of talk is this silly? Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share with the rest of us. Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. It's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know these monks, this love cold isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say the corpse couldn't have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. You're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying her body. Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face, you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent. You're a remarkably honest young woman. About this testimony is bothering me, but what? Hey kitten, do you ever put salt in your coffee? No, why would I? Why not? May actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Why do I want to try that now all of a sudden? What the fuck? God. Listen, my point is if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out that rust in something, like a piece of evidence. That's right, yeah. Go present something, you got nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee, that shouldn't go well after all. What? Hold on. Yes. What? How was that? What? Excuse me. Oops. There's no way. This is impossible. Like actually impossible. Unless somehow... what? Am I just dumb or something? Because like, to me, the fact that he has his hands chained means that he couldn't be able to carry her. So like... what? I'm confused. Yeah, like it works neither one of those, so that, like, how, what? What? Oh, and yeah, I'll tap to the guide, and that's, yeah, the... I was thinking of why it was impossible, and I should have thought why it would have been possible to do another thing instead. Killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Liam instead as well as point out something interesting about the river. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If then murders were to occur at the same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Order. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye, but I must admit it does seem odd to not have thrown the body into the river. Well, instead of that. How sad. Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. It's fate. It seems that your assertion is without merit after all. Well, what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. It's only consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with the testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise the main lady might yell at you again. What is he talking about? Alright, I'll do my best. Can I now present this shit here? Not there yet. Okay, how about the next statement then? Okay, I guess I just need to go through the next lines as well and see what's there. What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got into the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. To myself, you have to call the police. So that's when you called the police. You're sure that you saw it with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. Okay, so it was there. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Did I what? Made a crucial mistake. Crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw it, right? With your very own eyes. Yes, and... It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at this diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you try to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tight it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. He's so tired that I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? It's the location that the photo was taken from. The wrong photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge. The outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ah. The reef should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No. Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee played in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. The judge? What is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. The error is human, the forgive divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair! Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando, don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward. What? But that wasn't fair! Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Huh? Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, eyewitness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. It's true. There certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? So it's on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? Mr. Foster, looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers. Even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally got her. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... Because the stolen car actually belonged to her. That's why she knew about the scratches. Well, Mr. Edsworth? Frankly, Your Honor, after hearing a pathetic response like that, I have to question whether or not such a pathetic lawyer should even exist. Do you hear that, Miss Faye? I believe Mr. Edsworth just called you a knucklehead. Jeez, isn't that overdoing things a little bit? There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hit the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you who did it, that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous, I could never... It was the man in the prison garb, he's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There's no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at the red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. It couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. Preposterous to even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? Perhaps could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time she was taking photographs. What's your chance, man? Insisting. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about it anymore, Mr. Edsworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. I'm saying that the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? There's a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, she really did use the cameras all the time, and the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. The defense, please explain further. Is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Miss Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Naturally, the witness was standing right here. What do you think, Mr. Edsworth? Pointing out where the witness was standing, Miss Faye should do something herself. She'd figure out where she's if you get my drift. Don't worry, the drift was still in court. Yes, very soon. Bobby. Where am I supposed to point? Oh. Okay, wasn't expecting that. I guess I should have, but what? I'm confused. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, order, order. Miss Faye, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After plotting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it would only have been before the defendant met the victim. How a sin in. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk. It's the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Miss Edsworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. But I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. And who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. See, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. The defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He cannot remember exactly what she looked like anymore. Just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? Get all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. What piece? time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. Oh wait, yeah, of course. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this body scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Mr. Foster? What? Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Miss Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. My question is, why did she do it? Isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Other than discord is in recess. Defense and the prosecution are both to the wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well, discord is in recess. Oh boy. I'm sorry. I wanna say thanks, you're really good. You already hooked me up. Thanks, we're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we've got to get past. Obstacle? Yeah, motive. Why would Mr. Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Right. We need the most info about this Mr. Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing. What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago. A kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for. I didn't know that I didn't kill him, I never lie. It's false. In that case, tell us more about it. What happened 5 years ago? Okay, I trust you. That day 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me of everything. It looks the same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart any minute. It's been broken like that for at least 5 years. Sure buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute. It's true, I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. Your girlfriend? Huh? Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne? Victim's last name. Dahlia Hawthorne, Valerie's little sister. What? Are you serious? Girl, let her go. Shut up. Come closer and I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Anything back then was sorry, Hawthorne. Okay, thanks for that. Okay. Things are starting to make more sense, but also not. I don't know. Fuck. First I thought shooting someone for kidnapping was crossing the line, but it was to protect her little sister. I can understand why she did it. Wrong, no, protect sister. Valerie betrayed me, betray us. Do you mean she betrayed you? Everything, all lies, all make-believe, kidnapping too. All a make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel. Did he actually say my teen angel? He seemed one to me so popperous. I do anything she says, anything Dahlia says. Anything Dahlia says. Hold on a minute. They're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too. Valerie was in on it? That's family rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel, that's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We sent to her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell him make exchange on this dusky bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. Damn it. You were planning on splitting that $2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman. Woman, Valerie, she do it for real. You shoot at me for real, me and Dahlia. I was shot in arm. Dahlia, she jumped in river. That wasn't Dahlia, hold on. Yeah, yeah, the Melissa Foster is Dahlia, right? Right? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I can't do it, I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over. That's when they decided to give you the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. Woman, she betrayed me. Oh boy. This man, Terry Falls. He killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below. It's 5 years. All I wonder is why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her, I just ask why. Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear an answer come from her mouth, that's all. So that's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, Deborah boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it? Huh? Where's what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom. $2 million diamond. Remember that now. Did you give it back to the Popes? Did the police take it? I don't know. Huh? You don't know? Not really. I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia. Dahlia? That day on the bridge. Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone with Dahlia. Gone forever. Into Eagle River. Disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We're about ready to go. Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne? Never found her. My sweet Dahlia. They never found her. Swallowed by river. Gone. Dahlia. My teen angel. Your teen angel. How old was she anyway? Just 14. 14? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds. She plans fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 mil. Man oh man, angels these days. Small snakes to fall, and it's one way to get to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel or is she really a devil? It's time, kitten. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now. Bet. The training wheels come off now, man. You've got to strike while the iron is hot. That's one of my rules, remember it. Now, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Falls. Goodness, are you feeling better? Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best. You're a brave young lady. This again. I understand the defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, try to pin the crime on an innocent. The threat of an innocent student is. What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. You're an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime, that's all. A possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer. Motive, huh? I figure that's what I have to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive? Yes, of course, I think. You're still acting as tame as a kitten. Mr. Armando. Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling at the outside while your guts are twisted in them is the mark of a pro. Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me, may I speak, Mr. Judge? Of course, Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. I see. You're just an honest and upstanding young lady. Looks like this witness is a real professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. That's when things are darkest for her, like she lights right up. Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say. I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Following a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago, for kidnapping a poor girl, I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Out of the country, eh? Says so. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're off the bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile. You bite. Somehow I have to tie her to this case. Oops, I can a little bit away with these lies. She's neck deep in this whole thing. Somehow you're just going to have to get her to show the court her true self. This only makes sense because I know the fact, but it doesn't make sense in the context of what they know, I suppose. Yeah, let's press for now, I suppose. So what country were you living in then? We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed, it was a brutal civil war. She had to try to make her way back home alone. Lost everything, didn't even have any personal identification. What kind of sub story is this? The reason for leaders. Just answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in? Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we are here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case. I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl, so I could never have known Mr. Falls or Detective Hawthorne. Yes, I think we've established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what we just used to say to the official testimony? Yes, please, Mr. Judge. Do you know either person? Are you certain of that? Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people. Oh well, that can't be helped. Why is she just agreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth? The first time you saw it of them was when they were on the bridge, correct? Yes, it really was a coincidence. So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I love being outdoors. Picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing. You don't look like much of a hiker to me, but you do look like a digger of souls. But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here and no trains run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I went there once with the college hiking club. I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess. Didn't reverse it so goth. By the way, what's the name of your college? Prosecution objects to any questions that involve the witness's private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to a crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent. Thank you, she's really gone too far. It's Faye, you're treading on thin ice here. Hardly said anything, talk about sensitive. Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's... Hold on, Miss Faye. Your last statement proves nothing. Oh really? And why is that? The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's not possible that, at that time, an officer showed her this photo. That seems like a rather serious mistake. Ah, that's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book. This is fair. That wicked inmate. I'll never be able to forget that terrible day. No. Crunch. Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death. Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such a deep hatred against her. Something that he forgot his own guilt. My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He's rather forgetful, your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Client forgot what the detective looked like, right? He's still mad for her, that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. Well, she's right about that. He's kind of forgetful. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell you who she was without some kind of identification, right? Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, he probably would have tried to kill me. That's true. He's gonna be the man. It's bad. It's the fall. His reputation keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to go too deep. What should I do with the last statement? Bernard, what the witness said just now was tremendously important. I like it added to the official testimony. The prosecutor has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. The testimonial helps to further prove that point. No, that's not why I... Enough. Witness, if you would. My pleasure, Mr. Judge. It's true, Mr. Falls did give instructions to Valerie Hawthorne about their meeting. The note that she left said, wear a white scarf for identification. Yes, what about it? Is it obvious? Doesn't it strike you as cold? Odd? The note was a secret piece of evidence. How is it that the witness knows about it? Ah! Order. It's odd, isn't it? Well, Miss Tedsworth, did you show top secret evidence to the witness? Your Honor, I said I never gave anyone permission to do such a thing. In that case, the only way the witness could know of... Just a moment. Of course I didn't know about the note. It's just... I saw it when it happened, with my own eyes. When the victim went to see the killer, she used her own scarf to signal him. That's why I assumed that the signal was a white scarf. I suppose that makes sense. Come on, Mia, you can't let her weasel out of it that easily. Witness, sorry, but your explanation isn't going to work here. But why? It's true, that's what I saw. Impossible, there's no way you could have seen the victim use a white scarf to signal him. You said several times in your testimony that the victim was wearing a scarf. A white scarf, correct? Yes, something wrong. That's what I'd like to know, Miss Foster. Have a look at this. It's a victim's scarf. I'm sure people would disagree about what to call this color. However, suddenly it's not white. You knew what the note said. She knew the contents of the note. Ow! It says, wear a white scarf for identification. That's the reason why you said it was white. Well, Miss Foster? No! Order. Miss Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. And yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Their faults is one. The person who wrote the note, Father Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. Say one more person. That's right, a person that no one would have suspected. We figured it out, then. Yep. The person that knew the contents of the note was... Hello there, kitten. What's in this armor? Here, I made some special... Plenty of sugar. Drink that before it gets cold. Don't be shy. Why are you doing this? Oh, okay. Drink some of this and then think it over again. Isn't keep messing up like that, you're going to get just mad. Fuck. I think I need to... Okay, I have literally 1 HP. Come on, guys. Spade, don't drink coffee. Okay, what the hell? When is this all gonna pass? Am I supposed to present Miles? Hold on, what? Hold on. Prepare him. Hold on. Okay. That person is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There's her name, right there. What's this? So who is this person, this Dahlia Hawthorne? His fame must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls. You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off a dusky bridge and was lost in the river Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Miss Foster. But that's the same age you are. Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying. But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Ha, nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a trail on fire. Unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist. I understand. If I can expose her to nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. That's my chance to make mistakes for the screw up. Witness, just who are you anyway? I didn't think it'd come to this. It's enough. You don't have to say anymore, witness. Yes, I understand. What? Mr. Edsworth? Explain yourself. No, I have an admission to make. Honestly, I never thought the defense would pursue that matter this far. You don't mean? Yes. The prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses. What did he say? Ah, looks like the kid knew. He knew her throat identity from the get-go. No way, but then why? If he hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. But she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well. But, well, as you can see... Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? It has nothing to do with the current case. She's merely an accidental witness to a crime. Accidental? I don't believe it for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. Now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder. Really, Miss Faye, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you? Please let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. Even worse than that, 5 years later, but I Hawthorne lost something much more precious, a bigger sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. What? I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? Do I? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, I thought I was winning. Somehow turned it around on time. I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. Defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. Ah, that wasn't me, it was this guy, this crazy copy addict. I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your prodigy looks like she's sweating bullets. I am sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot, huh? Of course, aren't I? No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you. Up to me. The restlessness of youth, how charming. It's coming from someone younger than me. Now then, let's not waste any more time. Miss Faye. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valeria Hawthorne? Guess that wasn't it. Is this the defense's idea of a joke? So I certainly don't see the get the mountain. Well, Miss Faye. That was the restlessness of Story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. Let's talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her that she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. Keep her mouth shut permanently. A terrific story, Miss Faye. You like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was this secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? I am Valerie Hawthorne. Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all. But yes, I know the secret. Governor, the defense would like to request further testimony. What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things. Such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Very well, I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it will be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. And the charm one more time, Dahlia. But this will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. The ransom price was a raw diamond. Mr. Valerie rode to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. Then Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money, so I decided to change my identity and start a new life. Kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And where to believe after all that she murdered her sister? Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Edsworth. Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor. As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination. Mr. Edsworth got the jump on me again. If you're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up, we've still got that info, that Ace up our sleeve. What info? Come on, kid. Aren't you forgotten already? The fact the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. That's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Their Falls told us that in the lobby. Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. Oops. Did you and Mr. Falls have a relationship? Yes, as a tutor. You're tutoring him, Mr. Falls? No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Falls came to the house to tutor me. Makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14. But I came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthorns are in the tour trade and are quite wealthy, you see. Quite a clever fellow, Mr. Falls. Did I hear him right? Did you just call Mr. Falls a clever fellow? Here the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million. $2 million? Still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk. A $2 million pint of milk. I don't know what to think about it. Trina demanded that her sister Valerie make the exchange. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual. By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Itzworth, why do you think you wanted to make the exchange up there on that mountain? If you ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape. There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. On one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety. What a wickedly clever man Miss Falls one is. Yeah, right. So your plan. Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain end. That was a dangerous thing to do considering you were being held hostage. Yes, but actually that saved my life. What do you mean? You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment. While Mr. Falls was shooting the right arm, he let off a blow at me. I was dazed. I turned to try and run away, but Mr. Falls turned to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin. Bloodthirsty grin? Oh. The next instant, I advised the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. I was not strong for a swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. Prominent bridge, nowhere to run. There was one little shove from behind, and that was it. When my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. And then Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe. But it's true, I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it, as it was Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible. Impossible? I asked that the court recall the conditions. Condition of Dusky Bridge now and 5 years ago. The bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference. You're right, if the event occurred just as the witnesses testified, the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this? See, Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge. What do you mean? After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edsworth's explanation correct? mention it. I do remember now, when I fell off the bridge. My skate got caught on one of the bridge's side wires. Can't be serious. Order in the court. Seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion. But now, yeah, it's no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, it's just the start of Miss Faye's assault. What? I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Headsworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked, my god. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say it's impossible. Ridiculous, what's so impossible about it? Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. What exactly does it contradict? This one. Pause. Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wire supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone up from there. No. But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He would easily pick up a 14-year-old and throw her over. So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Headsworth. The Falls had been shot in the right arm. And more importantly, Laurie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. So, with the Falls throwing the witness off the bridge, that is clearly impossible. Order. What's the meaning of this? Laurie Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What? What's this? Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that, it would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You're probably confident that you could handle the swift current. But even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river. Oh, then what is it? What was so important that she'd want to jump into the river? The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping in the rapids of the Eagle River. "5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dolly that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, that $2 million diamond. No, it can't be. Yes, Dolly had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself in the river. The ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. Why, that's simply ridiculous. Order. Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan? This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped her make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping and plot as well? But she was detective then. You were saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping. Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the whole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? The day after murder, After receiving the phone call from Mr. Pauls, Valerie called her sister Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do. She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill two birds with one stone. The plan would ensure neither of your accomplices the kidnapping would die. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. Hehe. Who is that laughing at the time like this? Forgive me, it's just hilarious. Witness, is that you? You miss me, woman. Miss Mia Bay. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Probably. Maybe. Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. At 14 I played with Mr. Pauls and my sister. Well, and one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? You can't provide evidence to at least show that. Well, Miss Faye? I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Faye, are you stupid or something? I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago. I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. But it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assumptions made by the defense. Of course you are. Is it really over? You guys made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it. You got evidence that trial is over. Who decided that? Mr. Armando. Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony. Testimony? On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Pauls' stolen car and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder. There's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. It's the one person who can testify that demon woman's crimes. Colonel, the defense wishes to call a new witness. New witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls. The defendant? There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia, disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And the person is Terry Falls. Well, Mr. Edsworth, what is your take on this? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand. This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it. No way. I died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. It's false. I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million. That's not true. It's false. There's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never ever betray each other. Harry? Dahlia, it's true. You're alive. You don't trust me anymore. It makes me sad. Real truth, the real truth. I believed in you. I shouldn't need to say it. You should only know. But there's one thing I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. Yeah. I will allow Mr. Pauls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Pauls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness? God. I'm sorry, I apologize. Water. Please, water. Can't talk. Need water. Ah, oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it will match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself. Ah. That day, 4 PM, I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put nobody in the car. Finally, one moment came. She stood in front of me. Talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. Mr. Pauls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you? That's enough, Miss Faye. That statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Faye, please proceed with your cross-examination. Is that how you want it to end, Mr. Pauls? Not a guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence? There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. Fuck. do. Never mind. In the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You suddenly arrived early, didn't you? It's raining, already dark too. We waited on the bridge for 30 minutes. It's falls. Nagelmatter, that spot. Strong memories. Where did this climb up? Could it be concerning something here? We're quite early, so you wait on the bridge, correct? Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it. Sure he is. Zero boy waited 5 years discussing a question, found out by a woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have been like a blink of the eye. We're watching the claw. Bridge. Other side is broken. Nobody can come from there. So I was watching car. What else were you expecting him to do? I suppose that's the obvious thing to do, but something's bothering me. I'm getting a feeling, a contradiction. I wonder what's on the other side of the broken bridge anyway. No one lives there. There's a small shrine up on the mountain, but that's it. Anyway, nobody came. No car, no nothing. So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge, you're sure of that? Yeah, I'm sure. You're sure, huh? Well then, I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying. Huh? What? Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Faye. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right? But that's a victim at the end of the bridge. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Falls, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth. I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go, a special place. Did you go to the special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love. Memento? 5 years ago, I hid it under a base of the tree there. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to get. This little bottle on a necklace is your memento. It's quite charming, but it looks empty. No, you shared what Michael Klein said. We were at the scene at 4 o'clock. But he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. That much time. That Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car. Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it. Just got a chance. It's false, there's no mistaking it. Huh? Is it false? What the? That's enough. Please. Witness? I promised her 5 years ago. If it ever happens that we can trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink a bottle. No! Stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess. I was stupid, couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this. No, we are so close. Just a little more. Who's going to prove your innocence? No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again. You didn't do it the first time either though. Mr. Falls. Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee. Jesus Christ. Mr. Frau. Falls was trolls. God damn. Until my first trial ended, suddenly and tragically. But we would have definitely proved her. He's innocent though, to be fair. If that didn't happen. So yeah. At least Dahlia got what she deserved in the trial for Phoenix. With no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that got so deep into my soul I thought that it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. Of course she would. God fucking damn it. Oh god. Unforgivable, that witch. Mr. Armando. So close to the truth. Just right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself. Don't cry, kitten. You're going to make my coffee all salty. I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Yeah? Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. Oh Jesus Christ, what the fuck? The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Mr. Armando. No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them. So Godot, yeah, there's no way Godot isn't Armando, right? 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 No later, in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case. Only after that did Dolly Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this. Okay. Pretty soon about. Yes. Oops. Shishita, the treasured Quran village heirloom, whose name means seven-branched sword. It is said that this sacred sword represents life itself. Though the branches may appear to be infinite, the choice is limitless. Like our destinies, the sword comes to but one end, one merciless point. And when the silver cord, the fragile thread that binds us to this world, is severed, Jesus, what? Wait, who? The illusion is revealed and the implausibility of fate is finally laid bare. I literally can't tell who that is, but hey. Just hoping it's not a main character or anything. What is it? Hey Nick. Yeah, what is it? You know how I've got spiritual powers unlike you? Sure, you're a spirit medium after all. But just like you, if I don't keep my powers sharp, they get dull, right? I guess so, yeah. Glad you agree. Okay, Pearly, you're up. Girls. So, that's why we need to go on a special spiritual hotspot tour, Mr. Nick. Oh, I'm lost. What's this magazine you were showing in my page? It's a New Year's issue of Cut Oak Cult Winter Spiritual Location Special. Oh, Pearls looks so happy. Maximize your spiritual powers with just one night of intensive training. Oh, it sounds too good to be true. I'll say. It sounds more like a scam to me. The spiritual retreat called Hazakura Temple. It's way up in the mountains and I bet it's nice and cold. Just perfect for training. I definitely don't want to go. You know, I think I've heard of this temple before. It's a famous channeling dojo. It's hard for even real spirit mediums like us to make a reservation up there. Reservations? For temple? Are you serious? Don't worry, I've already made special reservations just for us. Yeah, and I signed up for the special course. That's nice. At the time it couldn't be better. Because we don't have a case right now anyway. Right then, it's settled. Well, come on, don't just stand there. Start packing your stuff. Yes, Mr. Nick, you better start packing your stuff. Me? Why do I have to go? Well, we have to be accompanied by someone over 20 years old. Hey, I don't have any of the dude spirit power. The only thing I can channel is TV. So, is there a heated pool at this Hazakura Temple? No, but you can stand under a freezing waterfall. Sorry, but I think I'll pass. I hate cold places. What? No way! How can you be so selfish? Come on, Mr. Nick. Look at this place. Doesn't it look beautiful? Nope, not going. I'm gonna be nice and toasted home. What the? Wait, hold on, let's stop. Isn't that Dahlia Hawthorne in the picture there? In the newspaper? What is it, Nick? Let me see the magazine. Yep. This nun. Is she a friend of yours or something, Nick? This girl. It's... My name is... Yeah, I just want to say... How to be here. Disgusting. But it can't be. She was found guilty and should still be in prison. Mr. Nick. I'll go. Huh? Hazakura Temple. I said I'll go. Hey, isn't that great, Pearly? Yes, oh thank you, Mr. Nick. I would do you'd do anything for Missy Maya, right? You would walk over burning coals, right? Dahlia Hawthorne. I knew there was no way she could possibly be at the temple. I just had to be see for myself who this nun really was. Oh boy. It is so cold here, Nick. Maybe we should put on something warmer for a change. Oh, well, it's supposed to be cold. It's raining. As if they're chattering so loudly, it's all I can do to make out what she's saying. Oh, Mr. Maya, so this is the famous Hazakura Temple. Really? Well. Well. How nice to see you here. Welcome to our temple. Oh, thank you. Oh my. Thank you for coming all this way. Come now. You must have been cold. What's with the past tense? You're freezing into here. Well, we're high up in the mountains after all. In any case, we shouldn't speak here. Please follow me inside. Thank you. I was starting to think I would pass. Oh yes. I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm the head run here at the temple. My name is Bikini. Bikini? That's right. Actually, that's my temple name. What do you think? It's tradition to have one, and I wanted something that has a nice image to it. I thought, why not choose a bikini? Besides, it makes me seem younger. It certainly does. Oh, I signed up for your special course. Well, my. Quite brave of you, considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those channel. Reckless. We should take it easy tonight, Mr. Maya. We can come back another day. But you went through all the trouble. Yes, that's right. You come all this way, so please enjoy yourselves. There's still time before supper, so why don't you have a look around? So what's the challenge dojo anyway? Oh my, you don't even know that? Forgive him, sister, for he knows not what he's saying. Well, just call me Bikini and forget that sister about. Challenge dojo is basically a spiritual power training ground. We have special holy items prepared here to help people boost their spiritual power. Holy items? You train an entire evening surrounded by these items? It's quite mysterious. And spiritual power with these items seems to envelop you. Oh, she must have just gotten off the trolley from the land of make-believe. So what exactly is the special powers? It's incredibly able to be interested in that at such a young age. It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit eyes and chant a spell. 3,000 times, all while being showered in freezing cold spirit water. February now, right? You have to be careful this time of year. If you don't watch it, you'll catch pneumonia or maybe even die of hypothermia. So be careful, you hear? I'm supposed to be careful. Oh no, I know I shouldn't have signed sticking my up for this. Sister, about this picture. Well, look at that. I must say I look rather divine here, don't you think? Oh, yeah, unforgettable in every way. Mean it? Oh, I knew it. Makeup was pretty tough, but Iris helped me out. Iris? Cute little girl in the photo. She looks just like me, doesn't she? This is a small temple here, so she and I run the entire place. Really? Okay. Sorry to cut in, but is Iris? Where's she right now? Just listen to you. You haven't come all the way up here just to find a girlfriend, have you? Claire. No. That's not what I had in mind at all. Anyway, Iris is it's in the inner temple, preparing for this evening. Inner temple. Yes, that's right. Iris will be back this evening. Why don't you go have a look at the main hall for now? Waha, baby. This is in the inner temple, huh? The main hall. I think it's even colder in here. But shoot. Nick, do you smell that? It smells like meat and gravy. Yeah, you're right. I guess it's potter's food tonight. Yum. Weird. I thought they would serve something a little more, well, traditional. What am I talking about, Nick? You think monks and nuns sit around eating rice gruel all the time? Sigma is right. Oh, I hope there's mashed potatoes too. I love mashed potatoes. Hahaha. You really like that. Greetings to all of you. Oh, hello. Oh, this lady makes my look like 6.8 out of 10 on the weirdness scale. Wow. Wait, did you come here for the special course too? Unfortunately, no. Actually, you're Miss Elise Deoni. Fuck, I can't pronounce that name. Deo's name. Deo's. I know it. Fuck. Yes, that's right. You know of me. My name's Pearl-Faye. I'm your biggest fan. Where's she, Nick? Is it now? Zwari, a fortune teller. I've got all your books, Miss Denim. What a sweet thing to say. And please, call me Elise. And books. Mr. Rick, don't you know anything? Don't you even know who this is? Well, an author maybe? Yes, and an illustrator of picture books. Picture books, huh? Oh, now I get it. I'm sure I didn't know who you are. I don't get a lot of chances to really enjoy picture books. It's alright, I take no offense to that. My books are nothing but simple stories for children. Pretty beautiful pictures too, Miss Alice. Books always make me feel as if my heart has been purified. Haha, it makes me feel very happy to hear you say that. But I have to admit, Miss Alice seems like a kind, sensitive lady. Today's won an award last year for a book, Magic Bubble. Yes, a friend of mine secretly submitted a story I had written to a publisher. They liked it so much that they asked if it was alright to make it into a book. Wow, it must have been a really great story. Maybe I should try to write a children's book too. If I do, you can secretly send it to a publisher for me, Nick. Gently, I've accepted a sort of apprentice, you might say. Apprentice? He calls himself Loris Denim. I believe he's off doing some landscape sketches now. On Loris' behalf as well, I'd like to thank you for your support. Most Miss Elise, anything for you. why did you come to Hazakura Temple, Miss Elise? We're here to do some spiritual training. No, that's not it. I see how to get the materials for a new book I'm working on. Wow, I can't wait to read it. I was completely taken with I wanted to do a book with a more Japanese feel to it this time. So is it why you're dressed like you are? Does the have set an image of me in their minds? I don't want to disappoint them. I say, she's a really sweet lady. Well, Miss Alice, you're dressed up like a mountain man. Yes, the good people here were kind enough to let me borrow this. I'm wearing training clothes under my robe as well. I want the stuff like that. You like the crystal sphere? It's a real amethyst, you know. Maybe you'll find one like that up here on this mountain. Good luck, Nick. I know you'll find me one. Well, you'll have to excuse me now. I have to go help with the dinner preparations. Oh, you mean you're cooking dinner tonight? That's right. Do you like to help too, Pearl? Yes, I want to help with whatever I can. Does look like she just won the lottery. Oh, I'll help too then. No, it's fine. Please don't worry about it. Feel free to relax and explore the area with your friend. But... Oh, yes. Please take this. I think it will be a help to you. It's a map of the area. We wouldn't want you to get lost now, would we? Inner Temple. There it is, on the other side of the bridge. The pianist, I guess we'll take this chance to go check out the other temple. Okay, I'll see you two later then. Remember, you're not allowed to fight. Come on, Nick. Let's go. At least we'll stay warm if you keep moving. True enough. Huh? Where did Sister Bikini go? If she went to the inner temple to go help that other nun out. Alright, I think her name is Iris. Yeah, that was it. I have to find out who Iris really is, but I'm scared of what I'll find. Wait, hold on, it's Dusky Bridge. Oh shit. Oh boy. I guess I should have realized it from this already, yeah. I should have. Yeah. It's the exact same fucking location. Bruh. Okay. Look at this broken down old bridge, Nick. Yeah, and look at that big canyon below us. Hey, there's a river down there. Looks like it's flowing real fast. What's wrong, Nick? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm just not very good with heights. Oh, hey, I've got it. Maybe you should face your fear and try hurling yourself off the edge. What? You know, 1, 2, 3, jump. Might be just what you need to get over your fear of heights. Yeah, that is a real good way to overcome phobias, alright. Anyway, sure looks like a rickety bridge. Can't argue there. That's probably why it's called Dusty Bridge. Read it again, Maya. It says Dusky Bridge. Well, it's practically the same thing. Anyway, the inner temple is just up ahead, right? So let's go and check it out. They're on their way across. I need to know if... Oh, there's something engraved in the rough local boulder. How do you... It's Dusky Bridge, okay? Come on, Nick. Take a look at the bridge and tell me it's not supposed to be dusty. This sign is obviously wrong, and I'm gonna fix it. I'll give you a pencil, Nick. Do I look like a pencil holder to you? Okay, so I guess there's literally nothing. Come on, Nick. Why don't we hop across the bridge? It'll be fun. I'm not so sure. It looks like a bunny hopping across the bridge would destroy it. Okay, Nick. And let's try to find a cute fluffy little bunny and test your theory. That's right there, some sort of fundamental difference between sane and insane. God. Oh man. Wow, the prince was shaking like jello in an earthquake. Ah. At least half of the wood on that rickety bridge was rotting, I bet. Not to mention the last part only had like one board on it. After it. What's wrong with you? Your face is all green. Can you not pick on me for a second? I'm still trying to get over the shock that we made it safely across the death trap. I guess I'm a bit surprised too. Yikes, that temple is in bad shape. Looks like it could collapse at any time. I guess people don't use it too often. Is it really where you're going to train tonight? That has to be it. It's kind of creepy around here. Like a ghost might jump out at you or something. Spirit medium afraid of ghosts. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? Wait, could it? Hold on. Could the starting thing have been what happens later on in the chapter? Not what? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Fuck. What the hell? This. Man, look at this place. It's a tiny freezing cold room. This is where you'll both be training, huh? Huh? What do you mean both? I'm the only one. Really? But I thought... First as a little kid, she couldn't handle this kind of intense training. So there's the girl who I can barely hear over her teeth chattering. Anyway, the real training room must be behind the door over there. Yep, definitely getting the feeling it's back there. Even I can sense that there's something supernatural about the cavern behind the door. Well, hello there, Dahlia. Excuse me, but who are you? Sure. Hi there. Just looking around. So we're going to be staying here tonight. Isn't it wrong? No, it's nothing. Wonder why she's spaced out like that, don't you, Nick? Did you say something, Maya? You too, Nick? Oh, man. My name's Iris. I'm one of the nuns here at this temple. Yeah. Right. I'm Faye. It's a pleasure to meet you. Pleasure is mine. Oh, please excuse me. I have some, chores to attend to. His sure is beautiful. A bit spacey, I guess. This does not used to talking with urban sophisticates like us. Girl. Can't be but. It is. Definitely. There's no question about it. Actual trainer must be on the other side of this door. Wonder what it's like. Phooey. It's locked. Come on, Nick. You know you want to open it for me. I can't. You've been in kind of bad mood lately, haven't you, Nick? It's worry. I know what it is. Yes. Iris and Nick sitting in a tree, kissing. What the heck, dude? Okay. Hanging scroll. It doesn't look that old either. Why is it? Why did you scream like that? This scroll. It's my mother. What? It's Misty Faye, master of the Grand School of Channeling. Are you sure? Yes. It's pressed at the top of the scroll. That's a special mark of the master of our tradition. So that's what the mark means. What is it? Nothing. It's just that I last saw her over 15 years ago. If it wasn't for that crest, I wouldn't have even known it was her. Mata. And I didn't even recognize her face. Maya. There are a bunch of musty looking Blankets and bedding sets piled up here. I wonder why they're even here in the first place. Because all spiritual training is done under the supervision of a nun. I wonder if this is the beginning is planning to sleep in here while I train. If they sleep, what's the point of having them here in the first place? Look at this antique dresser. I wonder if there's anything valuable inside. Let's have a look. Nothing. Just a bunch of clothes. Unique. Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. How about Iris, I bet? Looks like you're being beaten by the love bug, Nick. Yeah, about that. God, no. Maybe I should examine stuff, I guess. I don't know. While I'm moving back. Hey, a half open gate. That's practically a welcome mat. Yeah, except the sign here says no entry. Nick. Those are meant to be broken, you know. You expect a lawyer to go along with that? Oh, come on. You're just an old lady sometimes. Let's go. Don't blame it on me when Sister Bikini puts a curse on you. Now you got me scared. Let's just forget about it, okay? That's the inner temple up ahead, huh? Looks kinda run down. But it wouldn't be very temple-like if it was all bright and shiny. So you're training here tonight, huh? Yep. And everyone's stealing my spiritual powers. Sounds like your stomach wants to show off its digestive powers instead. I wonder if that's roasted radiant. Looks like there's something written on it. I can't read it, but if I had to take a good guess, I'd say it says inner temple. What's the point of a sign if you can't read it? It's a bit tough for the mailman when he's still living in here. Next to the sign is a good indication of how long this place has been here. Okay. We managed to make it across the bridge. Nick, you look green. Are you feeling alright? Hey, what's wrong with you? Ever since we met Sister Iris at the training hall, you've been really quiet. Oh, I'm sorry. And you? Well, saying at us? Must be. There's no one else around. Do you mind moving? You're standing right in my way. Oh. Hi, Larry, again. Hey, I know you. You're... Whoa, sorry, gotta run. See ya. What? Hey, wait a minute. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Laurie's name. Except you're Larry Butts. Liar, you're Larry. Your clothes may change, but you're still the Butts. Shut up. I'm Laurie's. And I'm just here to do a sketch of Dusky Bridge. That really is our Larry. Not that I get why he's pretending to be someone else. So what are you doing with last name Denim? Well, I just start over again. The clean slate. Clean slate? You remember, don't you, last time? Master Mess case. After that, I started to realize I didn't like this guy known as Larry Butts. That's when I came across it. The Book of Destiny. The Book of Destiny? Do you mean the Magic Bottle by Miss Ellie's Denim? It's so beautiful, so moving, so gentle. Heart felt cleansed. I was saved. Maybe I should buy a copy of the Magic Bottle. Oh, Larry would make a great book salesman. I really want to get the book now too. She's the most wonderful person I've ever met. I'd follow her anywhere. Well, she certainly is a very elegant lady. You see? Here's a photo I took of her in secret. Wow, that's a beautiful photo. You have a copy, don't you? It's okay, I just happened to have made extra prints. Okay. Still, it's kinda hard to imagine you as a picture book illustrator. Well, I'll truth. You must have some kind of ulterior motive, right? What are you talking about? I don't trust anyone anymore, especially not women. Got a bad case of denial. Anyway, can you even draw well enough to make a picture book? Well, it isn't only about technical skill, you know. It's also about having a pure heart. That's why I'm asking, can you draw well enough to make a whole book? As you mentioned, I wonder. Looks like you still have some doubt in your heart. It's true, I do. But when I first saw her, I felt it. Something inside me ended, and something else began. Oh, Larry, it sounds like you've fallen in love with Miss Alice Denny. No, you're wrong. It's not her. It's the other girl. Other girl? Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this. Not Dahlia. Please not Dahlia. God, please not Dahlia. I mean, I guess there's not really another choice, but... Unless... I mean, could be, I guess. Oh yeah, my little iris, oh god, fuck. She's really pretty. This girl, she's perfect, she's exactly my type. I wonder if she would model for me. I want to draw a portrait of her. Yeah, you always like those model types, didn't you, Larry? Hey, wait a sec. Did you say we were swearing off modeling? Oh, yeah, that's right, of course I have. I have basically, but Iris is different. I feel I still have one chance left in the dream. That will never change. Everyone. Hey, Pearly. Dinner preparations are complete. Please come quickly to the main hall. Alright. I can't wait to dig in, Pearly. I'm going to go to the inner temple and call Sister Iris. I also want to have a look at where Mystic Maya is going to be training. Why am I stuffed? I'm sure it's alright to eat a nuts before your training. Well, this kind of training is a battle of endurance. Mystic Maya, please don't do anything that might put your health at risk. Hahaha. No pain, no gain, I guess. I'm still worried about you. Well, let's not dilly-dally shilly shall we? You must get ready for the night. Good luck, Maya. Alright, here I go. I'll see you all tomorrow, I guess. First, please ring the bell at 10 for lights out, alright? Yes, it's the beginning. Then after you ring the bell, I want you to come join us at the training hall. I understand it's the beginning. I had been really seem excited about this training thing tonight. Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight? Well, if you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together. Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading. Well, would you like to practice reading? I'd love to. I was absolutely smitten with Miss Denim. So Larry, what are you going to do? Me? Well... I'm just gonna hang out in my room. I can't stand the cold at all. I thought I'd hear it there. Miss Alice. So for example, how do you read this? It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Oh, okay. And what about this word? It's not a tough one. It says prose. What kind of a book is she reading anyway? I'm going to go wash the dishes and help clean up. I'll go visit you when I'm done, Miss Alice. Well, not much to do except head to my room and huddle under the covers, I guess. And 12 p.m. It's a whole different type of cold up here in the mountains. Or why couldn't the nearest bathroom be just a little closer to my room? Is it right? Yeah. Oh, Miss Daniel, are you going to use the bathroom too? No, but have you seen Pearl? No, not since after dinner. I thought she said she was going to go to your room. I know, but she never showed up. I'm going to go look for her. Excuse me. Says Daniel, a woman as mysterious as origin as her last name. But the really mysterious one is... Oh. Sister Iris. Good evening. The really mysterious one is this girl. And are you on your way to the bathroom too, Mr. Wright? I can't let this chance pass me by. Let's try to talk with her and maybe get some answers. Yeah, like, there's zero doubt at this point anymore. She may have dyed her hair differently now, but that's definitely Talia. Your sister Iris, right? Unless the eye color was different as well, I don't know. I don't actually remember, I didn't pay enough attention to that. Fuck. Ah, oh well. Yes. So, when did you go to Hazakura Temple? Remember? Ever since I was a small child, Temple has been my home. So you've never left. Well, I don't have any family left to take care of me. At the beginning, I'd come to think of her as my real mother, as it were. Ah, I see. But didn't you go to college? And maybe enroll in the Ivy University Literature department? No, I never had any interest in going to a big university like that. Attorney is all the education I need. I see. But once in a while, when I get the chance, I make a trip to a nearby town. I can use a computer and a cell phone too. That's not exactly something worth bragging about, but I don't see any cyclops. So I guess that means she's not lying. Please don't stare at me like that. Oh man. What kind of place is this anyway? I heard it's for training to increase your spiritual power or something like that. It must seem awfully crazy to normal people like you. I have to admit it is a whole different world up here. Glad to hear you say that. Huh? Talking with dead people? What does it help anyway? Hate it. Really? Then why stay up in a place like this? It's me wrong. I didn't realize it was so late. I have to go and ring the bell for lights out. It's almost 10 PM now, huh? And now, huh? Is that right? Yes. Is that right with you? I would like you to have this. What? What's the reason for that? But okay, sure. Suppose place your food. It's power to protect you from evil spirits. Think of it, since the beginning was wearing one of these too. I pray for your safety on this dark, cold night. Well, that's more guys, dude. I'm sorry, but I must bid you good night. Someone's gonna die from here. Wait, it's Sister Iris. Yes? Just now, you called me by my name. You said Mr. Wright. How do you know my name? I never introduced myself to you. That's... Sister Iris, please, tell me the truth. You and I, have you ever met before? There's the Cyclops. How many? 5. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Hello P, what's up? No, I don't speak French, I'm sorry. English only. I'm assuming you asked me if I speak French. That's all I can procure from that message. Iris. Oh, it's almost 10. Perhaps we can speak again tomorrow. If you're still alive tomorrow. I don't know. Someone's gonna die, I'm guessing, so. God. Hans was correct. She does know me. I'll have to try and talk with her again tomorrow. What the? The blood-curdling scream came from the courtyard. That scream, I'm sure it came from around here. Someone's there, on the ground. Oh, it's Miss Darname. Okay, so okay, I see. That makes sense. Like I thought at one point it could be her because of the black clothes and the longer hair. That was also black, but I wasn't exactly sure. But now it's confirmed, I suppose. I stepped on something soft. Hey, don't step on my tummy like that. What are you doing lying there in the snow? I was passed out, what do you think? So blood, forget about that. Pepper and call the police. Is there even a phone in the main hall? No, but we still get the reception up here in the mountains. You must have a cell phone on you, right? I didn't bring it with me. Oh, you're useless. I mean, even Iris has a cell phone. No choice. You have to use the building phone by the ski bridge. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Run as fast as you can. Yes, ma'am. If you don't hurry, Iris will. 11:18. It's farther than I thought. Bridge is just ahead. I have to go tell Maya what happened too. Ah! What the shit? Dusk Bridge is burning down. What the heck happened? What are you doing here? Ah! Huh? What is it? Is it me? Don't scare me like that, Larry. I almost had a heart attack. My name is Larry. It's Loris. Larry, hurry up and call the police. I'm going to Untitled Temple. Don't be stupid. The bridge is nothing but a burning wreck right now. Listen to me. There's been a murder here at Hazakura Temple. What? The murderer might have fled across the bridge. I have to make sure Maya is safe. What? Please, call the police. I've got to go. Get out of my way, Larry. It's too dangerous, Nick. Wait. I must have been crazy. I knew how dangerous it was, but I still went for it. Oh, Jesus. Ah! Weakened even more by the fire. The old princess blank snapped and gave way, as I was swallowed by the internal darkness that surrounded me. A final, terrified scream rose up to pierce the frozen air of that harrowing night. Oh, man. What the fuck, dude? Jesus Christ. Well, that's a way to start this episode, I guess. But alas, I have to actually call it there for tonight. I'll get to the first point that I can save it. Date, time, location, unknown, everything. Let be at this time of night. Yes, it's supposed to be. Etchi, get up, it's an emergency. Larry, do you know what time it is? It's Larry, it's Loris. Loris the man. It's nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over it. Wait, don't hang up. It's an emergency. It's Nick. He took a really nasty spill. Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so I'm joking. His life is in danger. What? What happened? Tell me. Talk about the guy with bad luck. He may already be dead. Anyway, you've got to come back. You're the only one that can help. My Iris, my beautiful Iris. She needs help. Alright, I don't know what's going on, but I'll help. I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm to the detention center. Please, hurry! It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Looks like it won't be a pretty reunion, as if I expect anything to change. We're late. What took you so long? Okay, there we go. Now we can save again. On top of that. And do that.